Hello, welcome to my channel. We're talking about IOTA. What is IOTA? Before we talk about IOTA, let's talk about some of the issues with blockchain. The first one is this issue of scalability. Low transactions, you can compare them with things like Visa and MasterCard and all that. Another thing is high transaction fees. That is the problem of blockchain. Another thing again is lots of computing power is actually needed. So with this stuff comes the issue of centralization of mining pools, and then increasing mining difficulty. That is another problem. So the first two problems I've talked about, the issues of scalability and then freeze. Many stuff have been proposed, like increasing block size, lightning network, and then using central servers like for off-chain transactions like Coinbase, and then using side chains or tree chains. Another issue with blockchains is that blockchains are not quantum resistant. Yeah, a classical computer, and a quantum computer, if you compare the two, a quantum computer can do 17 billion times mining power than a classic computer. That's one of the things you have to stop. Now let's talk about what makes IOTA very unique. IOTA uses what we call block DAG. Yeah, instead of having blockchain, it uses block DAG. Now, which is directed acyclic graph. It uses something called directed acyclic graph. Now, blockchains has to do with chains that are sequential. It is you are appending one chain to another at regular intervals, right? Now, IOTA uses what they call the Tango, and with Tango, they are able to process transaction. They were able to achieve high transaction throughput by parallelizing validation. That is one of the things that actually makes it very, very good. Now, you might be asking, what differentiates the Tango from the blockchain? Well, it also requires consensus. It also requires things of validation. But let's talk about the directed acyclic graph. What a directed acyclic graph is all about. So a directed acyclic graph is basically an hierarchy of nodes. That one node is not a descendant of another. Blockchain, you have one block, the another is appended to it, another is appended to it, another is appended to that one, another is appended to the previous, another is appended to the previous, another is appended. So that is how the blockchain is. But with DAG, the DAG is simply an hierarchy of nodes that are connected one to another, and there are no circles, and that makes it acyclic. Now, an example of a DAG could be IPFS. Another example could be the protocol that GitHub is built upon. And another example could be a file system within a file system. So you have something like this. So you have a file system within a file system, and the list continues and on and on and on. So that could be one of example of DAG. Now, that is the first thing that makes IOTA different. It uses block DAG. Secondly, is that for mining is not required, because those that actually send money are those that will actually confirm the money. And let me explain this to you. In Bitcoin, the network is divided into two. You have those who are generating transactions. So when you buy something or you are doing the transaction with Bitcoin and all that. And then there are those who will confirm these generated transactions. So they are called miners and all that, right? So, but with IOTA, what they are proposing is that it will be 2-in-1 system. If you are performing a transaction, for your transaction to actually take place, you have to confirm 2 previous transactions. Yeah, so that's how they are actually proposing. It's like you have it in a classroom. You wrote your exam, or you have a test, you wrote it, and then for your paper to be marked, you will have to you give your paper to someone else, and then you have to receive 2 papers, and then you will mark 2 papers and assign text and other. So your transaction, you have to assign, you have to confirm 2 previous transactions, and that makes it very good. Yeah, another thing again is that the third thing is they are quantum resistant. Now it uses Winter's one-time signature to actually confirm. It uses Winter's one-time signature. Now this is in theory phase. Now you have the first thing has to do with signing. So you sign a transaction by you try an transaction input with a private key. Sorry, little bit. Let me go slow. And then another thing again, the second step is the issue of tip selection. So it uses a special probabilistic distribution to actually select randomly which transaction to be refreshed to your transaction. That is one result. So these 2 transactions will be a branch transaction and then a trunk transaction. Then it uses proof of work. Now, the reason why we're using proof of work we already know, so that the issues of SIMB attacks and then spam can be taken off. So it is spam and SIMB resistant. That is why we have it. Now, for now, because there are no miners, IOTA will be in charge of the mining pool. So the IOTA Foundation will run, in order to prevent 51% attack, a blockchain will need power more than the attacker, which a new blockchain may find difficult to bootstrap. This is what the IOTA Foundation will actually run for now. So that is everything, pretty much everything about IOTA. Now, what could IOTA be used for? IOTA could be used for anything that has to do with the blockchains, anything that has to do with the IoT space. IOTA can actually take place, like data integrity, the supply chain, the sharing of computational bandwidth, then transaction grid, machine to machine transaction, and even you can even build cryptocurrencies on the DAG platform. I think currently there are 2 cryptocurrencies that are using that. You have Bytebo and then you have IOTA. Though you have a platform like Universal that uses certain stuffs relating to DAG. That is what these platforms are all about. So guys, if you like this review, subscribe to receive more of this. Thank you.